Mr. Richard, 74 lives in a quiet suburban town in Minnesota. Not long ago, he realized he couldn't stand up from his chair without using his hands for support. Climbing the stairs left him breathless, and the unsteady feeling while walking around the house began to scare him, scared that he might lose control. Richard used to think, that's just aging, nothing you can do about it. But then, something shifted. Just 1 week after adjusting his diet and adding 3 essential vitamins, everything began to change. Now, he walks through the park with his granddaughter. No handrails, no fear of falling. Richard's story is not rare, and it could be your story, or the story of someone you deeply care about. If your legs feel heavier, if getting up feels harder, if you lose your balance after just a few steps, this may not be just age. It might be the first signs of age-related muscle loss, a process that creeps in quietly, no pain, no swelling, but gradually weakens your legs month after month. Here's the good news. Strength can be restored if you nourish your body the right way. With just 3 important vitamins, D3, B12, and B1, you can reclaim steady steps again. No heavy workouts, no expensive treatments. It all begins with simple choices, the right vitamin at the right time, a balanced meal, one small action taken at the right moment. In this video, we'll help you understand why legs get weaker after age 60, the 3 core vitamins you may be lacking, how to combine and use them to feel results within days. By the end of this video, you'll have a simple, science-based routine, easy to follow, easy to live with, a plan that helps your legs become not a burden, but your foundation for the journey still ahead. If you care about your health, your independence, and your dignity in aging, please subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. We're here to walk with you, one step at a time. Part 1, Vitamin D3, the switch that wakes up your body. Richard said the scariest part wasn't the fatigue, it was the strange feeling that his legs didn't belong to him anymore. I felt like I was dragging 2 heavy logs behind me, he said. When I turned too quickly, I lost my balance. Even standing up from a chair made my hands shake, afraid I might fall. Many people assume this is normal with age, but the truth is, it's often a silent sign of a vitamin D3 deficiency, a simple nutrient, but one that works like the main switch for your entire movement system. After 60, your skin gets thinner, you spend less time in the sun, and your liver and kidneys process nutrients more slowly. The body gradually loses its ability to produce D3, and your muscles, bones, and nerves respond as if the power has been unplugged. There's no pain, no swelling, just heavier steps, slower reactions, and a growing sense of losing control. Vitamin D3 does more than absorb calcium. It helps muscle fibers contract smoothly. It supports clear nerve signals. And, most importantly, it helps prevent muscle wasting, the kind that happens while you sleep, or when you sit still too long. In a study from the University of Birmingham, seniors over 65 who took 800 IU of vitamin D3 daily for just 5 days improved leg strength by an average of 19%. Another study in China found that combining D3 with light exercise showed clear improvements in balance and coordination. Harvard's Institute for Aging also discovered that low D3 levels are linked to a 40% higher risk of falls. The real problem: most older adults have no idea they're low on D3. You might notice symptoms like tired legs when climbing stairs, dull aches in the hips, knees, or heels, feeling off balance when turning quickly, restlessness or light insomnia at night. All of these may be quiet warnings of a long-term D3 deficiency. So how can you restore it? If you're over 60, aim for 800 to 1,000 IU daily. If you've experienced falls or significant weakness, you may need 1,500 to 2,000 IU under medical guidance. Best time to take it morning or midday, after a meal with healthy fats like eggs, yogurt, olive oil, or salmon. Avoid taking it at night. It may interfere with sleep. What about food sources? One egg has only 40 IU. A glass of milk gives about 100 IU. Even 100 grams of fish provides just 500 IU. Reaching 1,000 IU through food alone is nearly impossible. That's why a high-quality supplement is a practical and safe option, as long as it's taken correctly. But don't overdo it. Taking more than 4,000 IU per day long-term may cause nausea, constipation, or irregular heart rhythm, especially for people with kidney or heart conditions. If you plan to supplement consistently, it's wise to check your blood every 6 to 12 months. For Richard, just 1 week of proper D3 plus a steady breakfast routine felt like flipping a switch his body had forgotten about. I wasn't just walking better, he said. I felt like myself again. Have you ever felt off balance or weak in the legs without knowing why? Share your experience in the comments. Your story might be the encouragement someone else is searching for. Part 2, Vitamin B12, the cable that connects your brain to your feet. I didn't have any leg pain, but sometimes I felt like my legs weren't part of my body anymore, shared Evelyn, 76, from Colorado. I'd be standing on a flat, solid floor, yet I still felt unsteady, like I told my legs to move, and they hadn't heard me yet. It may sound strange, but it's one of the most common signs of vitamin B12 deficiency, a nutrient that rarely gets attention, yet plays a vital role in connecting your brain to your body. Think of B12 like a fiber optic cable. When it's full and healthy, signals from your brain travel quickly and clearly, but when it's lacking, that cable flickers. Signals become weak or delayed. Reflexes slow down. You may feel numbness, tingling, or as if your legs have fallen asleep. After 60, your stomach makes less acid, which is needed to absorb B12 from food. Acid blockers, diabetes medications, or diets low in meat can all worsen the deficiency, even if you think you're eating normally. The signs usually start small: a slight tingling in the feet, pins and needles when standing, feeling a little off balance when turning. Over time, it can lead to slower reflexes, memory issues, light anxiety, and a subtle loss of control that many mistake for just getting older. A study from Oxford University showed that seniors with low B12 walked slower, reacted slower, and had double the risk of falling compared to those with normal levels. In another study, older adults who took 1,000 mcg of B12 daily for 8 weeks saw clear improvements in leg strength, balance, and even mental clarity. So, how should you take B12 for the best results? Choose methylcobalamin. It's the most bioavailable form. Take it in the morning or early afternoon, not late in the day, as it may disturb sleep. Avoid taking it with tea or coffee. They block absorption. Use sublingual tablets, sprays, or chewables. They absorb faster and don't rely on digestion. As for diet, you'd need large amounts of meat, liver, oily fish, or dairy to meet your daily needs, something many older adults struggle with. That's why a supplement is a practical, safe, and effective choice. For Evelyn, 2 weeks of consistent B12 made a noticeable difference. She stood up more easily, moved with greater control in the kitchen, and that feeling of being disconnected faded away. I finally felt like I was back in control of my body. She smiled. Have you ever felt your legs don't respond like they used to? Don't write it off as just aging. Share your thoughts in the comments. Your voice might help someone recognize the signs before it's too late. Part 3, Vitamin B1, Fuel for Muscles and the Spark of Movement. Mr. Daniel, 71, from Oregon, used to enjoy walking around his garden every morning. He would trim branches, pull weeds, and breathe in the fresh scent of herbs growing along the fence. But recently, He noticed something wasn't right. After just a few minutes of walking, he had to sit down. It wasn't pain. It wasn't swelling. Just a strange, heavy feeling, as if each step dragged a hidden weight behind him. That morning, I stepped out of bed and felt like my legs were nailed to the floor, he recalled. No sharp pain, no tingling, just this heaviness that made me lose all interest in moving. His medical checkup showed nothing serious, but what Daniel was missing was something simple. Vitamin B1, also known as thiamine. B1, the fuel that powers your engine. If your bones are the frame of the car and your nerves are the wires, then vitamin B1 is the fuel. Without it, your body can't turn food into ATP, the energy your muscles need to move, climb stairs, and stay active. After age 60, our ability to absorb thiamine drops. Common medications like diuretics, antibiotics, or metformin can cause thiamine to flush out too quickly in urine. Even a light drink of alcohol, or not eating enough whole grains or lean meats, can further reduce B1 levels. So, even if you're not sick, you may still feel drained, slow, or too tired to move, not because of illness, but because your body simply doesn't have fuel. Signs of B1 deficiency may be subtle, but don't ignore them. Leg cramps, especially at night. Shortness of breath after a few stairs. Feeling unmotivated to move, not because of pain, but because you just don't have the energy. A study from Tokyo University found that over 30% of seniors with low B1 experience slow walking speed, leg fatigue, and poor stamina. Another study in the Neurological Sciences Journal showed that after just 7 days of taking 100 milligrams of thiamine daily, over 80% of participants reported less heaviness, improved endurance, and easier movement without serious side effects. How to take B1 for best results. Take in the morning, when your body's getting ready to move. Pair it with a meal that includes a little protein or healthy fat, like eggs, oats, beans, or yogurt. Avoid drinking alcohol, coffee, or black tea with it. These can block absorption. Recommended dose 50-100 mg per day if you feel leg fatigue or muscle weakness. You can get B1 from foods like brown rice, lentils, sunflower seeds, or pork. But in reality, most older adults can't eat enough of these daily. So a B1 supplement, especially water-soluble and properly timed, is a safe and convenient way to restore what's missing. For Daniel, it only took a few days. He started each morning with a B1 tablet, a bowl of oats, and a gentle walk through the garden. I stopped feeling lazy, he said. It felt like someone had finally filled my tank, like I had been on pause, and now I could press play. What about you? Have you ever felt your legs were heavy for no clear reason? Share your experience in the comments. You might inspire someone to start recovering today. Part 4, combining these 3 vitamins for maximum effect. At first, I just took whatever I had. Richard recalled. They said D3 was good, so I took it. Next week, I added B12. But honestly, I didn't feel much change. Until one day, his nutritionist gently asked, "Are you taking them at the right time and in the right order?" That small question changed everything. Just a few days after adjusting the timing and combination, he noticed a real shift. My legs felt lighter. My head felt clearer. I no longer needed to hold the railing going up the stairs. D3, B12, and B1, like instruments in an orchestra. Each vitamin plays its own part, but when timed and tuned together, they don't just work, they amplify one another. D3 is the rhythm, waking up your movement system. B1 is the energy line, fueling every muscle fiber. B12 is the conductor, keeping the brain and body in sync. Alone, each one helps. Together, they create a symphony of recovery. Here's a simple daily plan morning. B1 plus D3. when your body needs energy and muscle coordination most. Take vitamin B1 with breakfast, a meal with slow carbs and protein like oats, eggs, or whole grain toast. At the same time, take vitamin D3 after a meal that includes healthy fat like olive oil, yogurt, or salmon. D3 is fat-soluble and needs fat for absorption. Avoid D3 at night. It may slightly disrupt sleep in sensitive individuals. Midday, B12. Take B12 at lunch or early afternoon. When your brain starts to slow and your muscles need precision, take it after your meal, but not with coffee, tea, or soda. If using sublingual tablets or sprays, wait about 20 minutes after eating for best results. Sample daily routine: morning D3 plus B1 oatmeal, Greek yogurt, boiled egg lunch, B12 salmon, vegetables, quinoa. Evening, no supplements, just light food and rest. Multivitamins can also help, but check the labels. Many senior formulas only offer 20–30% of your real needs. And because they combine water and fat-soluble vitamins, they must be taken with a full meal, never on an empty stomach. Important reminders: don't fall into the trap of more is better. Too much D3 over time can raise calcium, risk kidney stones, or cause digestive issues. B1 is water-soluble and safe, but if you have liver or kidney issues, talk to your doctor. B12 is usually very safe, but if you're on blood thinners or thyroid meds, check your blood work regularly. The body's like a machine, Richard reflected, but it's a machine that listens. Feed it at the right time, and it'll run better than you think. Have you ever tried timing your vitamins like this? Share your routine in the comments. It might be the key someone else needs to see results faster. Conclusion: when every step back becomes a path forward. Some changes in the body don't come with pain. They don't make you sick. But at some point, you notice it takes longer to stand up. You walk more cautiously, and once familiar front steps now require holding on to the railing. We've told you about Richard, Evelyn, Daniel. But the truth is, you are not alone. Millions of older adults once believed that weak legs and shaky balance were just part of getting older, until they discovered something else. It's not just age, it's not just your imagination, and most importantly, it's not something you have to accept. Leg strength, confidence in your steps, the ability to stand tall in your own home, these can all return with just 3 simple nutrients. D3, the switch that reawakens your movement system. B12, the nerve cable connecting brain to body. B1, the fuel that powers every step. And when you learn to time them well, listen to your body, and feed it what it needs, you'll notice a difference that's clearer than anything you expected. Recovery isn't magic. It's not a miracle. It's a tiny habit, taken at the right time, repeated with kindness. Like choosing a good breakfast, taking a short walk, and giving your body the care it's quietly been asking for. If this video spoke to you, please subscribe to LifeInWords and turn on notifications. Each week, we share health tips that are simple, sincere, and made especially for older adults to help you live stronger, more independently, and with quiet confidence. And if you have a story, a question, or even just something on your heart, leave a comment below. We read every single one. Because we believe, when people with experience share with one another, we all walk a little steadier. Thank you for staying with us until the end. Keep nourishing your legs, keep caring for your body, and most of all, never forget this. Change can begin with just one step, today.